Back in 2018, a year before Samsung's original Fold launched, with all its issues and compromises, we over at All About Windows Phone were excited by the patent applications coming from Microsoft and related concept images. What we saw were two glass displays that curved on their inner edges, with clever stretching of the content around the optical right angle, such that when the two displays were next to each other, as here, content appeared almost seamless with next to no hinge gap. So perfect, the durability of Gorilla Glass, nothing actually folding or even moving other than the immaculately designed Microsoft hinges. What we got a year later was the original Surface Duo, and not actually available for almost a year after that, thanks to retrofitting Android to a device originally aimed at an ARM build of Windows. And the original Duo had flat glass that stopped somewhere short of the curved body edges. There wasn't even a hint of clever optics, and the hinge gap ended up at 6mm. Now, this wasn't a problem for multitasking several apps, but a big deal when watching media or even just browsing the web, as here. Add in larger than strictly needed bezels top and bottom, and despite the Duo's transformer features, it was clear that reality was way short of the original patent ideas. Enter the Surface Duo 2, 2 years later in 2021. Of specific note is that the inner screen edges are now curved, with the display extending part of the way into the hinge gap. But the actual gap in content area remained 4mm, which is still disappointing compared to the original patent and concept images. Incidentally, Microsoft even tried using these screen edges to display information when the Duo 2 was closed, but with this curve extending not very far, possibilities were very limited, and in real life I never relied on this. In fact, it was easier and clearer to just crack open the Duo and Duo 2 and see the so-called glance display. Very handy. But the Duo 2 did increase the display size vertically, with top and bottom bezels reducing from 15mm each to 11mm, so 8mm more vertical space for content. Put the two factors together, add in a faster processor and 2GB more RAM, and I still maintain the Surface Duo 2 was a worthy upgrade overall, even if it didn't quite match what we were hoping for in 2018. So much as folding phones come and go in terms of hardware, and whatever you might think about having some tablet content split down the middle with a hinge gap, I contend that this Gorilla Glass Victor Screen Duo 2 will still be going a decade after the latest folding ultra-thin glass phones have cracked and been scrapped.